I love how you got all those stickers on your laptop. Tesla owner, Silicon Valley, Netherlands.
Netherlands, Ontario, Silicon Valley, Mr. Green.
Is that the same organization, or how does that work? I'm not familiar with...
Tesla owners clubs are not necessarily connected with each other. They're independent organizations, but they closely collaborate. And some are more active than others. Some are bigger than others.
How big is the one in the Netherlands? You're very much...
Not that big. I think, let's say 50 to 100 active members.
Okay.
That's about it. And then you have a lot of non-paying members. But it's a small group. This Saturday, I had somebody called from the Tesla Owners Club. Sometimes now I get on the table with them or just call with them. But it's a small club.
And but it started with your visit to Tesla Owners Europe in Austria.
I think so too. Yeah, that's
that's where you met Brian and
the international clubs. Yeah. And the Dutch club, I'm close. I'm deepening my ties with them as we speak.
Yeah, it's another opportunity for Tesla, because those like brands like Land Rover and so, they also have very ownership programs that they have. So, for example, if you buy certain limited edition cars, they enroll you in membership programs where you got all sorts of perks and membership, which is probably also one of the things when Tesla and Grok will integrate, that you can just plug yourself into the Tesla network.
This whole makeup, I believe, makes Tesla such a great company, because they very much listen to those owners clubs. They have close connections with people working at Tesla. I think that's the biggest difference with other OEMs.
People working at Tesla also show up at owners clubs meetings, right? So sometimes
100%. Yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah, it was also like in your function profile. We said we want you to get acquainted with all the Tesla community. I can remember that we did a bi-weekly demo. That's how we called it. That's like an all-hands meeting with the whole company. And everybody within every department had the opportunity to actually present something about themselves and about what they did the last 2 weeks, what they improved in the company, etc. And I can remember very vividly that you had a presentation after you went to Austria. And I asked the golden question, did you meet Tesla Boomer Mama?
I did.
And then everybody was like, who's Tesla Boomer Mama?
Nobody knows.
Nobody knew. So he had to explain who Tesla Boomer Mama was. So.
Yeah, and there was like...
And everyone was like, and so what? But that's the inside joke, that if you're not in the community, you have no idea.
Nope. And there's a couple of colleagues that I've really influenced. So Arthur, for instance, the guy who makes the videos, who's very good at it.
Who also went with you.
Exactly. And he got super excited. And when he got a repost from John Stringer, he's like, no way, I got it. And he becomes a super nerd as well. It's so funny. But like the people who don't know, like they look at you like, fucking nerd.
No, I can remember that we were like having a very... like, yes, this is it, And everybody was looking at like, now. What is this for?
My moment of fame.
Yeah. Talking about nerd stuff, at Tesla Shareholder Meeting in November.
Definitely.
Probably the most,
Oh, wait, okay. Sorry. Sure. Before we continue, because do we remember also nerd stuff? Do we remember last week when you gave me the present, the shirt?
Sure.
And the book that you took away with you again. I did my part as well.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, we're going to spend the first 15 minutes giving each other presents. Is that a new format?
Yes.
Nice.
And then I got greedy, so I bought 2 other books as well.
Was it Dutch?
Hey, Jens, why do I don't get any presents for you guys?
This is for us. This is for us.
Okay,
this is literature. The Odyssey, because this is a journey.
Oh yeah, Homer
and
and Odyssey.
Tesla is a journey. And well, of course, this is also a basic text. And I think this one will be a very interesting.
They're in Dutch.
De gezagscrisis.
Yeah.
Who's Oh, that's the guy from the podcast.
De Nieuwe Wereld.
Nieuwe
Yeah.
Wereld. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so not used to reading Dutch anymore.
No, me
I
neither.
tell you.
Me neither, but I was looking at like the best translations, and this is probably one of the best current translations out there.
So what we got
to make
here,
it a
we
little
got,
bit more easily accessible as well.
We got a book on Plato, so yeah, we're going to read that stuff.
Yeah. So this is basic core knowledge, nerd knowledge. And now I want to give the word over to you for the other nerd topic.
Yeah,
Tesla
sure.
shareholders.
So no, we talked
I put
about
up my glasses to actually look like a...
yeah,
You did
very
good.
interesting.
Yeah.
So we before we met, we always talk about all the topics we brought in, right? So we see we then had a list of topics, and sometimes our what we basically see there is just a general progression of all the technologies that Tesla has, right? So the outroll of full self-driving, of the semi-program, FSD Europe, sometimes you see something from Tesla Energy being presented. So there are so many. You get basically, if you open your X feed, at least me, you get flooded with all sorts of new stuff.
Yeah, and then it's 4 hours later. Yeah.
Then it's 4 hours later, exactly, because it's all very interesting to see how fast things develop. But the next voting in November and the shareholder meeting is going to be one of the next sort of monumental steps where we will learn much more about Master Plan Part 4 that is being presented, and sort of the next decade for Tesla, at least how they look at it, how they look at it right now. So maybe Florian or Kees, can one of you enlighten us why this is such an important shareholder meeting?
Kees, you want to start? Or?
Yes, I think so too. This is pivotal. And in the sense that Tesla has been perceived as a car company most of all, and that slowly started to shift in AI robotics. Energy went largely unnoticed until last year when it got in the books, and then the analysts also started to take energy serious. But it's way more than that. It's the integration with SpaceX, and we touched on all of this like extensively in multiple episodes. This shareholder meeting, in my opinion, is going to be the culmination where we see all those separate building blocks coming together in a very structured, organized way of thinking with a very clear path to the future. That I hope will result in a perception shift of Tesla in itself.
Yeah, but
to the world.
with the most significant outcome, of course, Elon at the realm of Tesla for the next 10 years.
100%. He needs to stay there. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the critical issue where it needs to be voted upon, right, by the shareholders. And I think something still very underestimated is in Elon's belief and in Elon's communication so far. He's very confident about the legion of Optimus bots that will be at hand. So the demand can be in the billions, but Elon does not want to be in a situation where he has AGI in his company and a legion of 50 million plus Optimus bots, and don't have and can be ousted by a sort of activist shareholder. What we've seen. So this is his biggest fear. And we watched that compensation pack video that is being presented. So I think a lot of things will come together, but this is one of the sort of critical conditions that needs to be true for those next 10 years to succeed. So Elon needs to be at that realm of this company because there are so many critical and so many technological decisions that needs to be made in the coming years, that I think the loss of Elon not being in that situation will be felt quite fast.
He is literally the soul of that company and the main proponent of the companies.
Yeah, but I think also we still underestimate how much influence on timelines and decisions Elon has, right? So
yeah, but I think what you're trying to get at is, are people aware enough of what this vote is all about?
Yeah, and how
Because
critical that is.
If you look at, for example, Bernie Sanders reacting to this proposal, or just a regular guy from the streets, and you would, if and you show them the proposal, how would they react? I think they will react, oh, this is outrageous. I mean,
he's already the richest man in the world.
Yeah, and he's going to get 1 trillion extra as a bonus. Because normally, if you look at companies, that's the way how it works. You want to keep the CEO because the CEO is to actually get some, and you give him a bonus in order to get to his milestone. So, if you look at the vote, it's very aligned with the shareholders. So every shareholder, whether you are an ideological shareholder like we are, or just a regular, or you have no idea about what Tesla is all about, you are fine with this proposed because it's completely aligned with a normal shareholder. Mm-hmm. But on the other hand, you have Elon, who is one of the main shareholders, who is saying, I don't need the money, but I need the voting rights in order for me to bring this company to the place I would like this company to go to. Yep. And trust me, I will bring in the money for the shareholders. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and that's how I look at it. It's just and it's very smart that they made those trenches.
Yeah.
So
it's not only the trenches,
but on one hand, for every trench, Elon gets some voting rights, and on the other hand, the shareholders get what they want. There's like a milestone achieved, and it's coupled to EBITDA. So EBITDA will eventually be coupled to the stock price. So
to the market cap of the.
It's completely aligned. So that's why I like it a lot. But I think one of the conditions why Elon said I'm okay with this shareholder agreement is that I'm getting enough voting rights in order to be your CEO.
Yeah,
and for himself, he already knew that he will be the CEO for the Tesla for the next 20 years, 30 years. There is no.
He had no intention of leaving.
I don't think there is any intention for Elon to leave Tesla.
No.
From Elon's side.
No, I don't see that too. But what you then can have is situations. I think Elon just wants to go all in on his missions. That's what he's doing, right? But you can get at situations where certain technologies can, for example, be rolled out in XAI, which is also an AI company and a very generalistic AI company. So we talked a lot about XAI having a role in this whole Musk economy, but also in the Tesla economy. The first steps are integrating Grok into the Tesla. Second steps will be utilizing the real world data from Tesla to learn to enhance the models of XAI with. So those can be structured in sort of data deals or all that. But that integration will be much more tight in the near future, because this is also one of the things the shareholders will vote upon. So basically, the vote is Elon is maximal incentivized to build value within Tesla, which is, I think, a critical thing, right? So if Elon sees a clear pathway where he can fuel his mission by the capital needed to get there, because his mission is not only the mission of Tesla, but also the mission that he has with SpaceX to making life multiplanetary. But if he sees putting all my eggs in the Tesla basket again is also economically the most logical one. And those kind of decisions, are playing into Elon's mind if he's thinking about how to get to his 10-year plan, because he also needs the resources to fulfill that vision. And
otherwise, he cannot attain all those 12 trenches. And
and the good thing is that also his shares are being locked up. So first of all, he needs to achieve milestones to
get voting power.
Yeah, to get his shares and get the voting power. So it's not going to be an organic situation where the company just grows into that. There are many critical things that need to happen. So like Elon said, like we can become the most valuable company in the world in the next 5 to 10 years, but excellent execution is
paramount.
Is necessary. And he will also not suddenly being given his voting rights. So he literally earns his voting rights to get to that 25% position. And even in a 25% position, Elon is not suddenly the dictator of Tesla, because then still it's a minority position, right? So then he still needs to convince a couple of larger shareholders to advance his position. So I think it's on the one hand you can say it's a modest view because he needs to earn it, but on the other hand, if you just have it in exact numbers, it can be presented to the to the Bernie Sanders of this world as a sort of outrageous payment package, which is understandable. So I'm curious how and also the shares that he then get are locked up for a period of 7.5 years, which is a long time, right? Because normally when you have earned something, your shares, you can do with it whatever you want. But this is also very beneficial for Tesla shareholders, that the shares being earned by Elon will be locked up for a period of 7.5 years. So that means he cannot sell in that period of 7.5 years, which drives the value again. So that's a very
there's
good
no cash out as well.
No cash out. So this is a big thing.
This every entrepreneur would like to sign this deal.
Yeah,
with somebody like him. But it's amazing that a CEO actually does this.
So
and makes this deal.
I'm curious how you guys look at the following thing. So when you look at Elon's payment plan and you see Master Plan Part 4. Basically is what you get presented are the next 10 years for Tesla, right? So it's not the tranches, it's the potential that Tesla has where it can grow towards to. If you read those Master Plan 4 and see Elon's payment package, what are the things that makes you most excited about those next 10 years for Tesla? Maybe starting with you.
I would love Florian's insights for this.
Well, I think you have to look at the milestones presented, and
the operational ones or the
operational milestone. Yeah. So one of the operational milestones is 1 million Robotaxis live, and there's no time frame with it, but I mean 1 million Robotaxis, that's a lot. Mm-hmm. So
put them on the screen.
There's also an operational milestone connected to Optimus.
Look, we have the milestones over here.
1 million bots delivered.
Bots.
The 10 million active FSD subscriptions.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's also amazing.
Far from it right now.
Yeah, but if you just calculate
20 million Tesla vehicles delivered. So, I mean...
We're currently at 5, 6.
To start with the top one, the 20 million Tesla vehicles delivered, we are right now at 10 million. So, and this year there will be produced about 2 million.
Roughly, yeah.
So we're entering 2026, and then start of the unbox process will happen. New factory, new product coming out. Well, probably 2027.
Almost active in all markets.
The Cybercab will be full production, and full production is 2 million per year.
Let's do some guesstimates here. So 20 million Tesla vehicles delivered. When do you think that milestone will be achieved?
Well, with current delivery numbers, it's already achieved within 5 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But with Cybercab coming into production and actually getting to 2 million, I think this will be within 3 years.
Okay, so within 3 years, and then
So that's 2029.
Yeah, 28, 29, yeah.
10 million. This one was one of the most surprising milestones for me on the list. That FSD subscriptions is because 20 million Tesla vehicles, we have semi trucks. So two things surprised me. One, energy not being mentioned in these milestones, at least not in the operational ones.
Yeah, it's part of the EBITDA.
Of course, it will be a big EBITDA driver, but it's not mentioned.
Explicit mentioning of gigawatts deployed and stuff like that. No.
And the other one surprising to me was the 10 million active FSD subscriptions, because that's a bit.
But let's start with the energy. Why are you surprised that it's not in there?
I think transitioning the world to sustainable energy and getting to sustainable abundance, like the mission for Master Plan Part 4. Can you leave them on?
Yeah.
Is critical for Tesla's mission. And Tesla Energy will be a huge needle mover for both of them. And I'm always very surprised, on the one hand, how well energy performs, on the other hand, how aggressive it's being rolled out, and then the third one that is not mentioned so much in shareholder calls with timelines, etc. What I want to do there with it.
But then again, I think the energy part of it is kind of a necessity to to achieve these milestones. So without the energy increase, they cannot scale the factories, they cannot power the bots, they cannot power the vehicles. So it's a necessity and not a goal in itself. It's a means to an end.
Yeah, maybe.
It could be that Elon skipped it. He said, no, I don't want it on my
maybe too easy or so, I don't know.
It's a given. You know,
yeah, it can be a given. That can
or
be
it's
an
like, it's a necessity. Maybe we need a better word for it, but it's like...
And it's also an open door. Without it, we'll never achieve all these milestones.
Well, obviously, we need batteries and solar power in order to get to the sustainable abundance.
One way also to look at it is these...
And maybe, and that's something that we haven't thought about it, maybe it's not going to be the core value of Tesla.
Yeah.
They... exactly the same as selling cars is not going to be the core value of Tesla.
Yeah. So one
could
way
be
to
like distracting.
If you
start focusing on it.
Well, for example, Build Your Dream also builds
and they're pretty
huge
good as well.
mega packs. And maybe Build Your Dream is going to play a bigger role in that market than Tesla is going to be. Even if the market is going to explode. I mean, it also gives you a very clear direction what the real added value of Tesla is. If you look at those milestones.
Yeah, if you look at these as well, so there are a couple of things that we're seeing here, sort of reading through it. One, if you listen to Elon's latest interviews, he said most of his GPUs right now are being used into scaling Optimus and further developing the Optimus bot. So most of his thinking time goes into that product at the moment. And probably those 4 milestones here, including those financial milestones, which are like extreme, right? 400 billion in adjusted EBITDA is crazy. And if you would have that, if you would have the current valuation or Tesla or even half of it, you get to a 10 trillion plus company.
That's also, I think that gives away why energy is not in there.
Yeah.
Because obviously it adds to EBITDA, but not as much. So if you look at the 4 core operational milestones, they are all AI driven.
Yeah, let me calculate.
So even if Tesla Energy has a margin of 30% already right now, but it increases to 40 or 50, but I don't think it's going to happen because the market's going to explode. It's actually going down. The real margin is in those other 3 AI-driven milestones.
10 million FSD subscriptions on the 10,000 euros a year or dollars a year is already 100 billion in cash that would be will bring in
at a price point of 99 euros a month, right?
No, at the 10,000 price point.
So that's assuming that we will not have subscriptions, but the only people are going to buy it outright.
Yeah, but there's also being said that subscription will be more expensive over time because the capabilities are more enhanced, right? So, it depends what that subscription will be. But even in a scenario,
Yeah, but even if the capabilities are going to be enhanced, also the purchasing price will increase.
That's what we've always been taught, but like, that's what have always been said. But yes, still unsure how that will roll out, if that still will be the case.
Yeah,
and it's also how is in a world where robotaxis already roam the world? We have 1 million robotaxis in the world. What is the role of FSD going to play?
Yeah,
what's going to be the difference?
FSD is then going to become part of the fleet. Yeah, so this is it's still private ownership, so you can use it for your own enhancement. How I read, 1 million robotaxis in commercial operation, probably operated by Tesla themselves.
Yeah, and because 1 million, 12 operational milestones. All these milestones will be need to be achieved in 7.5 years, right? Let's assume it's this order. So 4 years from now, 1 million robotaxis in it's a fairly small number, right? It's not very...
It's not a crazy number. No, not the numbers that Kenny used to put in his Excel sheet.
Or what Søren Basher has, or like the...
Okay, but actually your answer to my question is that there will be two worlds. One world where we have robotaxis roaming around and they will be earning money either for Tesla or for somebody else. And you have just people owning their own car with FSD.
Yeah.
And having the option to also put it on the robotaxi.
Yeah.
So
those 1 million
when will the one be a robotaxi? When will the other one be an owned vehicle with FSD? So what's
probably in the most dense areas. Let's say, okay, this is a very simple answer, but I know it's a true answer, because if you look at
the difference right now between the Model Y Kees is driving, your Model 3 driver, the Model Y I'm driving, and the Model Y, which is in robotaxi format driving in Austin right now, is just a sticker. Yeah. Or is there any other difference?
Yeah, there's of course a software version difference right now, I think.
Between my Model Y. But
exactly.
let's assume that Farzad is also driving a Model Y.
Yeah.
It's not a robotaxi, but he bought FSD.
Yeah.
So the moment Farzad is capable of putting his Model Y on the robotaxi network, will his car become a robotaxi, or will it be an FSD subscription
I think
client?
That'll be a FSD subscription client still, because he pays for the subscription, has the software, and he uses the software. And then it would be his decision whether or not to get some income out of it. But I don't consider it necessarily as a commercial operation, because in order for you to be a commercial operator, you need, as I saw in Texas, you need to be registered as a commercial passenger operator. So you need to be like a licensed company, allowed to transport people. And
so not everybody will be able to actually put their Model Y into a robotaxi operation,
unless you register and list yourself as a taxi operator.
So there will also be a lot of people just buying FSD for their own purpose.
I think so, yeah.
Instead of actually using the robotaxi network.
Exactly, and that makes perfect economic sense as well. Let's say you, as a CEO of a company, time is money, and you don't want the hassle of a 2-hour commute every day in the traffic between close to Haarlem to Amsterdam, stuck in a traffic jam, and you can do some work.
Yeah, it's already a superior experience.
For me, I would rather actually get the robotaxi every time instead of owning the car myself. But I think that's a personal thing.
Yeah.
And we are still in a transition where people need to get accustomed to the idea that they don't have their own car.
Yeah.
So that's probably why it's on there. But
my view would be 1
looking
million.
at the vision of Elon, I think this is kind of strange that there are these two.
That there's a difference.
That there's a difference.
Yeah, but I think 1 million robotaxis in commercial operations, if you look at modern city centers, people living in modern city centers normally are not car owners because they take a tram or they take a bus or they take a train to their work, right? That's also what you see in the Netherlands already.
I'm an atypical. I'm atypical.
Yeah,
of that.
that's quite atypical, but especially people in the younger generation, they don't feel the hesitance to own a car already. So in that sense, you're more Gen Z.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So that is going on. So how I think about this one is this 1 million robotaxis will be operated by Tesla themselves, and the 10 million active FSD subscription will have that ability to become a robotaxi, but will be operated in the less population dense area. And if you choose to put your robotaxi in a population dense area, you're free to do it. And it's for your daily commute for people that still wants to have that feeling of ownership, right? So then we roll more or less in the Airbnb model that you have your car, but for example, right now I'm not using it for the next 5 days. You can rent it out and get a nice income on it.
Or could we have that's also a question I have which hasn't been answered yet by Tesla is, if you buy an FSD subscription and you put the car on the Robotaxi network, do you need an FSD subscription to put your car on the Robotaxi network?
It's a very good question because Tesla could also enable.
There is no incentive for Tesla to have somebody buy the subscription.
But this is actually a funny topic that you mentioned. It also we discussed about it just now. This is a shift in definition from what we have been hearing and told the past couple of years, right?
As in, how do you mean?
Well, it has always been your car will earn money for you, and you will be able to put that car on the Robotaxi network. But looking at just this kind of contradicts, or it's a shift in what we've always been told.
Yeah. Can you explain a little bit more further?
Yeah, well, 1 million robotaxis in commercial operation and just the active FSD subscriptions, there's no mention or they stepped away from that topic a little bit. That the robotaxi and the FSD in itself will be a moneymaker for private consumers, private purchasers or fleet owners.
Yeah, but it could be both, no? It could be that out of the 10 million FSD subscriptions sold, 1 million of those will actually be Robotaxi operators, or 500K.
Yeah, but
but then still there are 9.5 million FSD subscription potential buyers. So I think the market at this moment will be bigger for FSD subscription buyers than there will be Robotaxi operated.
Yeah, for just the comfort of yourself instead of
just
making
because
a business
of the transition we are in. There are a lot of people still not like me who are ready to dump their car.
Could be an explanation, yes.
So
I mean, I don't think you're going to dump your car. For example, if the Robotaxi arrived in Amsterdam, are you going to dump your car?
No. I would still keep my own car. Want to make the choice myself when I drive and when the car drives. I would use the shit out of it, as in on long trips and in city centers in cities where I've never been to. Yeah. But no, I would not give up private ownership yet.
Then that's exactly what he proposed 5 years ago already. There are some people, there's going to be like a mix between the Airbnb and Uber model.
Yeah.
So you are the Airbnb type and I'm more the Uber type.
Okay, I think
as a client.
Yeah.
So you would like to be the host
and a user
and the client.
And you just want to be a user.
I just want to be the user. Or I would like to be the client, but then in a fleet way. Yeah. Not for my personal car.
No.
Yeah. Well, maybe also. That's crazy, isn't it?
Funny that this small thing is leading to like a thought experiment here again.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't think I would need my own car. The only reason I have my own house with Airbnb is that I also
a place to stay.
Need a place to stay. But if my cost of living would be as low as the Airbnb value per night, what would be the reason for me to actually own the home?
Yeah.
And for the car, it's even a better assumption. So, but I think it has to do with the mind shift, and people are not there yet.
No.
Yeah, I'm now reading is really different again. So if you look at the last milestone is 400 billion in adjusted EBITDA, right? What do we need to have in order to get there? If you look at the 4 above milestones, we're probably still not at the point of 400 billion in adjusted EBITDA. And if you look at 1 million bots delivered, if you look at the ambitions that Elon has for the Optimus bot, this is like a rather modest milestone. So he talked about billions, but let's say it's 100 million bots delivered, and assume Optimus bots. Same counts for Robotaxis. It's quite a modest milestone. So the way I look at right now, these are Tesla's internally most critical milestones at this moment.
Yeah.
At this moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we cannot have 10 million active FSD subscriptions if we don't have 20 million cars yet.
Yeah.
So first we need to get the cars. The cars are like giving
so 10 million FSD subscriptions is like 50% take rate,
which is super high.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's super high, but
we don't know how high it is right now with every new vehicle sold in a country where FSD is already available.
They can test it, but let's say I see these.
No, they can test it, but we don't know the numbers.
No,
it could be 50%.
Yeah, but I beg to I wouldn't believe that.
What would be your number?
Maximum 15, I think. Maximum.
Yeah, okay, but then a milestone can be that Tesla need to up that, right? So they need to promote it more.
But this is not on. This is 10 million on 20 already delivered. So every car which is already delivered could also apply for an uptake.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not every car sold, but every car already on the road, and.
But you need at least first critical thing is that you deliver
a lot.
Yeah, but the critical thing is that you deliver the car first. So you need to ramp up your.
So yeah.
That's the
without the car, no FSD.
If you only have 5 million cars delivered, you will never get to 10 million FSD subscriptions.
Yeah, and sort of part 1 and part 2
so
are
the 10 million is driving the 20 million.
Yeah. So the first.
So they actually do believe that they will get to 50%.
Yeah, and the first 2 milestones are the ones that are most achievable in the short term, but also the other ones are not like crazy, right? Tesla talked about scaling the bots. It will be from 10,000 in this year or next year to 10x again, so 100,000 to 1 million. So these, from my opinion, are all 3 to 4 year milestones.
Achievable.
The most achievable, urgent milestones.
And a little bit of sandbagging.
The fourth is the most achievable, actually.
Yeah, and a little bit of sandbagging, like not aiming too high.
I don't see sandbagging in 400 billion adjusted.
No, of course not. But like in the first 4, like 1 million Robotaxis, like that's a little bit sandbagging.
Yeah, but
in my opinion.
Well, I say when you have 1 million bots delivered, you already have all your proven data points that you need to have. Like 1 million Robotaxis is all the data points that you need to have. Rolling out and scaling from there, that will be something where Elon would not be involved in because he already has done his job there, to do the heavy lifting, like Tesla Energy, right? So these are for the innovations most critical. This is also like a
big, hairy, ambitious goal, you know? Those kind of goals are always put in like in millions or in 1 or 10 or whatever, because nobody really knows how to get to there.
Yeah. No.
But let's make it a big, hairy, ambitious goal. Let's make it 1 million. Okay.
Okay.
1 million. Okay.
In order to get fast to 20
but 20 million cars delivered is actually, it could be like.
Yeah, but in order to get there, Tesla's manufacturing and unboxing needs to be unrolled, right? To get there fast. The second, FSD and Robotaxi, FSD, then full self-driving needs to be fully developed. For the bots, the Optimus needs to be fully developed and ready. And for the fourth one, all the legislation and everything you need to have in place for Robotaxis need to be in place.
Yes, so there's contingencies, and that's why it's not.
Yeah, so the first one is very much manufacturing and unboxing process. The second one is very much AI and FSD. The third one is
manufacturing of it.
The Optimus bot development and also commercial sales. And the fourth one is sort of infrastructure with the app and the users, etc. So, okay, those 4 milestones are touching each other, so there's overlap between them, but also in 4, from my point of view, different verticals for the company.
Yeah, it's actually quite cool to actually to put them in a sequential order.
Yeah.
In terms of one, which one is going to bring the other EBITDA milestones closest? Which one is going to be
where are we right now with the adjusted EBITDA?
Yeah.
Do you know that from?
I was looking that up to answer this. So I asked Grok, of course. Took it 30 seconds. 3.4 million currently. Tesla's current adjusted EBITDA, as reported for Q2 2025, the most recent quarter, is 3.401 million
per quarter.
No, so that's 3.4 billion.
In the last quarter.
Yeah, so that's a 4x, let's say, extrapolate. So this is already a 5-fold in adjusted EBITDA that Tesla then needs to achieve as first EBITDA milestone. So Elon talked about 26 going to be ridiculous, 27 even more, right? So then if the first milestone is 50 billion adjusted EBITDA and Tesla need to 4 or 5x in order to get there, then FSD or the Robotaxis need to be already adding a profit to the company.
Yep.
That's inevitable.
And I think they've written it down here in years. When to... Oh no, it's not in years.
Yeah, these are the market cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, at least, Florian, we need to wrap up because you are running out of time. But exciting to walk through these milestones and to see how they enlighten us on the shareholder call in November. And please don't forget to vote, gents.
No, I still need to vote. And about that, to wrap it up, there's 14 points. And there's a board recommendation on how to vote, right?
Yeah.
Did you follow all the board recommendations, or did you?
I still need to fill in my application to vote, but I will just follow the board recommendations there.
Okay. Yeah. I still need to do it as well at the Giro. And
what was their reaction? Because I got an email in my inbox, but I haven't read it yet.
I had no communication with them yet about it.
I had. Okay. They can do it for you, but it costs you $10. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, and that it goes out of your current account, which is standing there. So if you have 10 euros free space, they will just deduct it.
Yeah.
So it will work.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's vote. Let's vote before next week.
Yes, exactly.
That's a deal. Yeah, that's a deal. And I hope Tesla Boomer Mama won't account privileges will be set back. Because she is in a difficult hassle with X right now, weirdly enough. So we'll touch upon that.
Next week as well.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, gents. Thank you.
Thank you.